Welcome, everybody. This is Richard Kuhns, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons, Chronic Lyme, and Other Skin Parasites, welcoming you to our weekly Get Your Life Back call. Robin is usually my co-host, and she is my co-host, and I see her video, but I don't hear her. She usually does my introduction. Robin, can you hear me? Nope, she can't hear me. Okay, so let's get on with it. I wrote the book originally back in 2006, and it's undergone 13 revisions because Morgellons is something that
Hello?
is not... Yes, we can hear you. She can't hear us. So I guess we're just going to hear... This is kind of silly, but let me see if I can call her.
I can't.
We can.
Oh no, I can. I can hear you. Oh wait.
You're hearing me over the phone. Well, maybe do it this way.
I'll leave the phone on.
All right, do it this way.
Okay, I got the phone on. You can hear me though, right?
I can hear you.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. This is like the story of my life this weekend. Nothing goes right.
Yeah. Go ahead and do the intro.
Okay, sorry I'm late. Hey, the recorded intro or just the pre-intro?
The recorded intro.
Welcome, everyone. It is Monday. Wow, I can't believe it's February 18th, 2024. Wasn't it just New Year's? And this is the Morgellons Call of the Week. If you are struggling with skin parasites, Lyme disease, don't know where to turn, have been to doctors and nobody helps, have wasted time and money, you've come to the right place. Richard Kuhns, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons, Lyme, and Other Skin Parasites, has solutions. And this is a wonderful community for finding those solutions, getting support and help. So I'm so grateful to be here. I'm sorry we're starting a little late. I had technical difficulties. But, you know, I think Richard Kuhns is a world-leading expert on Morgellons and other skin parasites. And he's here every week. He answers questions. He tries to answer emails. And he just cares, you know. He does this because he cares. And we have a whole stable of coaches in our community that have gotten their life back at varying degrees, but enough that they can help other people. And I just think, you know, it's wonderful. I'm so grateful to be part of this community, to be part of this call, and to welcome Richard Kuhns, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons and Other Skin Parasites.
Thank you, Robin. I could never do the introduction as good as you do. That's wonderful, although I tried. So let's get rolling. Today's topic is, this is about the King diet. And when you make the diet work, it's like the difference between night and day in terms of the fact that you'll get your first night of peaceful sleep. You'll be 99% free of the itching and the biting, the hell, and you can then begin to win the battle, because getting rid of the itching and the biting is really paramount in order for you to focus and deal with any other cofactors that may be an issue brought into your life along with Morgellons. Now, the key is making the diet work, and oftentimes on our program, we have people calling in, and we step by step evaluate where they may be making mistakes. And today we have Coach Sherry and also one of the people that she's coaching, Mary Ann, with us, who's had some difficulty with making the diet work. So, our guest here, Sherry, are you here? Is her line open? And how about Mary Ann?
It's Mayanne. I'm here.
Mayanne, okay. Sorry about that.
It's a common mistake.
Yeah, yes. So, Mayanne, tell us, how long have you been dealing with the skin parasites? How long have you had the problem?
Since I noticed it, or since it was diagnosed. So 5 months.
Well,
not really diagnosed since I went to see the doctor. So 6 months since I noticed that there was a problem, and 5 months since I went to go see the doctor.
Oh, so it's relatively new in your life.
I guess you could say that.
And you say you were diagnosed?
I wasn't diagnosed. I went to see the doctor.
And what was his response?
Well, I've seen several doctors. So the infectious disease person said I was delusional, and maybe I had something else, not a mite. Maybe I had.
Oh, really? All right. So you got diagnosed as being delusional right off the bat.
Well, actually, I went to the urgent care, and the urgent care, so I brought my little
samples.
That lint tape.
Yeah.
I brought the lint tape with me, and when I showed her and I, rolled it down my leg, the doctor in the urgent care, he said, "Oh wow, well let's do something about that." So she did prescribe me with ivermectin and permethrin.
Okay.
But then I went to but then I decided I read the book Mites No More, and
right.
the book said maybe because where they live they didn't have Vicane, so I decided I was going to fumigate my house with Vicane gas. So I did that. And then shortly after that, I went to see the dermatologist, and that was in October. So that was maybe 2 months after I noticed that there was a problem. So I went to see my dermatologist, and he did some biopsies and, called them that I was hypersensitive and I had some inflammation, but they didn't find anything.
I see. Okay. And then did you see any other doctors or any other?
I did. I got second opinions from another dermatologist who said she didn't see anything, that I would be safe, going around people, that there was going to be no problem, but I didn't believe her. And then I saw another infectious disease specialist.
Why didn't you believe her?
Because of all the things that I read.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I saw another infectious disease specialist for a second opinion. He didn't even examine me. He just read the chart and went with it. So, very disappointing.
Oh boy, yeah. So you've been to several doctors. Now
yeah.
let's see. Do you have filaments and fibers growing from your skin, or find cotton-like or lint-like substance in your bedding and clothing without any reasonable explanation?
Not that I've noticed.
So you don't find any filaments or fibers?
No.
Growing from your skin, and there's no cotton-like or lint-like substance in your bedding and clothing?
Not that I've found.
Okay. Well, according to Dr. Saverly, he wrote the book, Morgellons, The Legitimization of Disease. That would be characteristic of having Morgellons. So you really don't have Morgellons if that's the case. So do you find black specks around your bedding and clothing?
I don't find black specks, but when I roll my tape on my skin, there are black specks.
All right, so there are specks. So that's an indication, most likely, of mites. You've never put any of them black specks under a microscope, have you?
No.
Okay. Well, most likely it's mites. However, if you had a microscope and you put it under a microscope, if you found instead of actually being a solid black mass that it looked like tiny interwoven filaments, that could be an indication of Morgellons. But most likely you're dealing with mites. Do you feel things jumping around your ankles or lower legs where you itch and where you feel itching and you can't see anything there? I mean, behaves very much like a flea infestation, but you can see fleas.
I feel it all over. I feel it in my legs, my arms, my back, my scalp, my face.
All right. Now, do you remember how you contracted these things, or when the symptoms? Did you sleep on a couch, or infected bedding, or something like that, or do you remember?
Well, it started with my brother and I going up on the roof, to clear the leaves off of the rooftop because it presented a fire hazard, according to the fire chief. So we went up there, we cleared out the leaves, and then a couple of days later, I felt in my area rug in my bathroom, I felt like something crawling up my leg.
Okay. Do you have?
And then maybe a week or two later, I was asleep on the couch, and I felt, I woke up because I felt like something was crawling all over me.
All right. Now, do you have anything happening around your eyebrows or eyelashes, like a crusty feeling or crustiness?
I'm not sure that what you're talking about is crustiness. I do feel that sometimes I feel like a speck of sand on the corner of my eye.
Okay. No, I was referring to like literally a crusty feeling, like very much like if you've ever had like a dog or a cat, how their eyes get kind of crusty.
No, I've never had that, but I have had crustiness on my ear.
Okay.
Actually, the first second doctor that I saw, she was the first one in the urgent care. She saw the crustiness on my ear.
Right. Okay. Now, how about burning of the skin? Do you have any experience of where your skin is literally like burning on fire, like a red rash?
I do have a red rash, but I don't know if it's attributed to the mites or me scratching.
Well, is it like a burning feeling that you have?
Not really.
Okay.
Not unless I put something on it. If I put something on it, I feel like it's burning.
Well, as you know, I'm not a doctor and I can't diagnose. In fact, these organisms are not diagnosed at all. And if you speak to most of the trained, educated experts in the world that deal in zoology and biology and epidemiology, they're going to say that these organisms can't even live on your body, period. Whether it be columbella or mites.
That's what the infectious disease specialist said. He said it's impossible.
Right. That's per their understanding, it is impossible, and unfortunately, they haven't actually studied it to find that it is possible. Now, it doesn't. You may be dealing with columbella. Do you have like around the back of the neck or upper shoulders, like very lesions that are hard to heal?
What's interesting is
the back of the scalp.
The back of the scalp has only been in the last few weeks. I didn't have it before.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a month. It's been a month.
I think it's safe to assume that you're dealing with mites and columbella. Morgellons doesn't seem to be the issue because, according to Dr. Saverly, there needs to be a presence of filaments and fibers. And they can be tiny to the point where they are practically microscopic and that you would need a 60 power scope to maybe see them. But what happens generally, they do shed from your skin, and even when they are that small, they do have a tendency to accumulate in your bedding and your clothing and look like strange lint balls, and you wonder, well, I'm not wearing cashmere, where the heck do they come from? So it brings us down to basically columbella and mites, and it would be beneficial to make the diet work. So, and I understand how you've been working with Sherry for how long now?
A week.
Oh, just a week. Okay, so you're really new at this. Okay, and now, do you believe the diet's going to make a difference for you?
I think so.
So it's important to have a motivation, because who wants to go on a diet? I hate diets, but when it comes down to itch or diet, the answer is diet. You know, that's always been my feeling about it. So now, what you're on bone broth? What's that?
Pardon me?
You're on. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you that.
I'm pretty diligent at following the diet, but there's some things that, you know, I neglected. You know, I heard it, but you know, it didn't register with me.
Like what?
Like microwaves.
Okay. Well, microwaves, the main issue with them is the UV radiation. You could be sensitive to not UV. It's not UV. That's ultraviolet. It's the radiation, the EMF from the microwaves, and they destroy the food anyway. So the only thing really to use a microwave for is to heat up your clothing if you don't have any buttons on it, or boil water with it. That's about it. But well, I understand you've been on what, bone broth for a week, or and.
It was actually 4 days. So on the first day, when I didn't feel any difference, I kind of remembered. Oh, I think she said microwaves could be an issue. So then at the end of day one, you know, I texted her and I said, "Did you say that microwaving your food could be a problem?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, Richard would tell you that that it's not going to work."
Well, okay, there may be a misunderstanding there. So you're on the 4th day of bone broth?
Yesterday was the 4th day.
Yesterday was so today's the 5th day.
Well, she told me not to go beyond 4 days.
Okay, so what are you eating today?
Well, this morning I had the Ezekiel 4.9 sprouted cereal, and 2 scrambled eggs with garlic, onions, and spinach. And right now, I'm eating the Applegate hot dog, and I sauteed that in garlic, onions, and tomatoes.
Applegate what?
And rice.
Applegate what?
The Applegate uncured beef hot dogs.
Oh, okay. And you check the ingredients on that?
Yeah, that's one of the things on your list.
Yeah,
okay.
Good.
All right. So, to what degree do you feel the itching and biting? Are you keeping a diary? Are you at level 0 where you feel totally normal, or 9 to 10 where you're going crazy with the itching? Where are you?
Well, when I started this, I didn't have this much. Before I started this, I didn't have that much itching.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's because the mites from the bath are coming up to the surface of the skin. I'm not quite sure why it is, but I was the one last week who said I feel worse than ever. But
okay.
But I think that I also made some mistakes with the diet, like I was eating Brussels sprouts.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but I haven't had Brussels sprouts since the 11th. And then I was using the microwave to heat up my food, to heat up my bone broth, to heat up the water for my tea, So after I talked to Sherry on Wednesday, I cut out the microwave.
All right,
And then one of the questions that I had was if I could continue taking the supplements. And she said it's okay if they're from the Morgellons store or from your parasite store. So
right. Mm-hmm.
But when I first bought the soap, it didn't get to me, that quickly. So I had been looking on your website, for things that might be able to help me, and I saw systemic enzymes, and so I had purchased that. But I kind of remembered while I was surfing on the website that something had maltodextrin, and it wasn't recommended for stage 1. And when Sherry called me yesterday, she said, well, we have to figure out what's going on, because, you should have been, better by now. And then I looked back, and it was the systemic enzymes that had the maltodextrin, and it actually says not recommended for stage 1.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that could have been the problem.
Right. So, are you keeping a diary?
I am.
And how are you doing with the the diary? You list what you eat, what you drink. What are you drinking at this point? What do you?
Well, I have your Chasing Miracles.
Okay, the ionic water. All right.
And then I have your Dutch chocolate.
Okay.
And I have three different teas, and I've actually ordered a couple more.
All right. Good.
What else? And I'm adding lemon to my water.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Oh, coffee. And Sherry helped me with that because I was at Trader Joe's. I don't know if you know Trader Joe's.
Yeah, we have them.
Yeah, and so she told me which one to buy. And so while I was on the phone, I purchased some coffee because I had Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, the problem.
I remember you saying that Dunkin' Donuts is a problem. So I bought Joe's organic coffee from Trader Joe's.
Yeah. Did you check the ingredients to make sure there's no oil in it? Because the problem with some of these wonderful coffees is that they roast them with oil.
Yeah, I didn't check it myself, but Sherry said that's the one I want.
Okay. Well, double check it. Yeah, double check it. Okay.
That one doesn't have any oils in it.
Okay, great.
That
All
one's
right.
free of oils. The Joe is.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have any oils in it.
Well, now how are you doing with the environment? You brought these things into your house. You noticed them while you were lying down, crawling all over your body. So that means couches and bedding and clothing and everything has gotten infected. How are you doing with all that?
Well, so I actually had my house fumigated, and then when I came back into the house, I got rid of the couch. I got rid of the chair, which were infested. So that went out. Anything that was hard surface, I kept. And then the pest company, I still felt a little uneasy. So the pest company came back, but I'm not sure, that they knew what they're looking for. They put out the glue boards. They put out like about 30 of them and still didn't find anything.
They didn't find anything? That's good.
No. Yeah. And then I decided that I wasn't going to go into the bedroom. So I had to go into the bedroom to close up the windows, because of, they opened up the windows after fumigation. So I did close up the windows, and maybe my 2 bedrooms, I've been in there a handful of times. That's both of them. And then I bought a futon. So I don't know if people would be this severe, but I bought a futon. I put a PVC plastic cover over it, and I sleep in my living room. My sheets get washed every day. My clothing gets washed every day. I mop my floor. I actually mop my floor every day, and I do it at the end of the day so that the floors are clean at the end of the day.
When you wash your clothing, what is the protocol that you use to disinfect your clothing and your sheets?
So Sherry told me to get a plastic bin, so I have my plastic bin, and I found a container to put ammonia, but I have to find space for it, so that's where I am with that. But to wash my clothes, so I have one of those front-loading washers that have the pre-wash. My washer goes for like 3 hours, pretty much, for one load. Yeah.
What do you use in the washer? What do you use?
Yeah, I use there's what's the name of this thing? I use a Primo anti-mite type of thing in my tray, and then I use eco detergent and a non-bleach sanitizer, and then an odor remover. And then in the drum, I put Epsom salt, borax, baking soda, and vinegar.
All right, sounds like you're getting it well done. How about the dryer, or does that unit dry too, that same unit?
The dryer, I took your advice, and I took a laundry, well, I actually have a solution that I spray of ammonia before I dry. I spray the drum and let it dry, turn on the dryer. And then I took your advice about putting some ammonia on a laundry sheet.
Right. Okay. Good. All right. So your clothing, bedding is pretty well effectively disinfected. You're not getting any activity from the clothes that you wear if you put on some clothing, or when you go to bed, you're not getting any activity by simply going to bed, right?
No. But
okay.
I've had the habit for a while now, since maybe September, of putting diatomaceous earth in my sheets.
Oh, that's a good habit. Sure, that's good. And how are we doing with cleaning the skin?
Well, I'm using your soap, and then I'm also using your debriding lotion and debriding cream. So are you bathing
or showering?
Bathing. So I was bathing for 45 minutes, and then when we were talking about why I haven't progressed on the diet, I thought maybe I'm in there too long, like 45 minutes. So then I shortened my, just last night, I shortened my bath to 25 minutes.
And did you observe anything different?
Not yet.
Yeah, I doubt that. I doubt that.
The critters,
I'm sorry.
you know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I still feel the critters afterwards, you know, and they one of the things they do is they jump back onto my clothes, you know, when my skin is clean.
Okay, so you feel them jump. When does this happen? After you bathe, or when?
Yeah, after I bathe.
Now, this happens after you get out of the tub?
Yes.
Now, do you go to the shower then and shower with the bar soap?
I usually shower before I get out of the tub. I do the bath and then I shower.
Yeah, you do the bath, you get out of the tub, and then or is your shower in the tub?
Yeah, I shower in the tub.
Oh, you shower in the tub. All right, so you do the bath, drain the water, and then shower.
Yes.
And then when do you feel them jumping or see this happening?
Well, my back is probably the worst one, and I feel like they're like starting to crawl, like, you know, because my skin is so clean. And then I feel a little bit of, not a whole lot, but I feel like they're on my legs. And then when I feel my legs, I feel like some grit, and so I pull the grit off of my legs. Not
okay.
A whole lot.
Now, you do this while you're bathing? You pull this off of your legs, or?
No, after. Cause that's
okay, so you finish your bath, you drain the water, and then you shower, or do you shower with the water in the tub?
Well, I'm draining the tub. I drain it mostly all the way, and then I get up and I turn on the shower.
And then the grit around your legs. When do you feel that?
After I've dried off.
Now, how do you dry off? What do you use?
A towel.
Now, is this towel? Well, the key is it really disinfected totally, or are you getting recontamination from the towel? Can you figure that out?
I think it's pretty clean.
All right. So after you towel dry, then you feel they jump then at that point, or what?
No, sometimes I feel it before, you know, like even before I shower. I towel off. I start feeling it.
All right. It seems to me that the disinfectant in your tub may not be strong enough. What are you using to disinfect in the tub?
Peppermint, and sometimes I put a little lavender.
Peppermint and lavender. All right. How much peppermint do you use, and how much lavender? How many drops?
I use up to 20 drops of peppermint and maybe 5 drops of lavender.
Yeah, that's quite a few. All right. We don't want you to burn your skin, but it seems to me that these organisms, it's not uncommon. The organisms are going to be exiting your skin because the nature's gift goes into the skin, it irritates them, and they're going to come out. And the concentration of the nature's gift in the bath water is not strong enough to disable them or destroy them. They can actually migrate to another part of your body and re-enter it. So we need to figure out how to either add in some other disinfectant that will help destroy them. It could be apple cider vinegar, could be peroxide.
I use apple cider vinegar in the bath.
A cup of apple cider vinegar.
And I only started that yesterday.
All right. Well, that you may start noticing some. So this is your challenge, because this is where it seems to be the problem, is that you're getting them out, but they're coming back in. And you see, the advantage of having a tub and a separate shower is that you're not going to be standing in the tub where the organisms are and can be reattacking you. You just simply get out, go into the shower, and shower off. So the challenge here when the shower is in the tub is and you're experiencing this around your legs. So that is an indication, if I could be wrong, but it's an indication that they're still in the water and they're, going after you again.
I feel it on my back too, Richard.
Okay. So on your back, then what we need to do is when you get done with the we either need to up the game with the disinfectants, but not strong enough to burn you. You need to read Chapter 3. There's a whole bunch of disinfectants there. It tells you which ones you can add and which ones you can mix and which ones you can't, and the approximate amount. So, and then the next step is to do something after you get up and take the shower. Now, at that point, what could we apply to the back? You could apply some Claudia's Dream Cream. You could apply some of our skin lotion to your back or to your legs at that point, and then shower.
Yeah, sometimes I do both, lotion and Claudia's Dream.
Okay.
Sometimes this morning I put the debriding lotion on, the rose debriding lotion on, and then
right.
I put that other lotion. The Claudia's Dream I only put on my head with the Super MSM. On my head, yeah, and the peppermint. Okay.
Well, it sounds to me like that is where we need to focus. Is the nature's gift is getting them out of your skin. Now, we don't want them re-enter. We want them killed. The idea of the shower and the bar soap is to lather up with that so that it's going to continue the effect of being in the tub, and then wash off. And then the idea, of course, for the shower is that they're going to be washed off. They're not going to be in a puddle of water like a bathtub where they can reinfect you. And then to dry off, in the beginning, many people use paper towels to dry off to make sure that you don't have to deal with recontamination of towels. But we'll assume that your towels are disinfected effectively. Robin, you have anything that you'd like? Can you hear us now, Robin?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah, finally. I just wondered what you do with the clothes after washing them. Do you just hang them back up and put them in drawers without any protection?
No, they're in plastic bins.
Oh, okay. That's airtight.
And my plastic bins have I bought those things to make sachets. So my plastic bins have cedar sachets and menthol.
Oh, good. Menthol crystals?
Yeah, they have both of them in there.
Great.
Wonderful. Okay.
You're doing everything right.
Yeah, it's just fine-tuning. It seems to be the bath and getting reinfected. We want to get them off of you completely and not allow them to come back into your skin. That seems to be the challenge right now. So then, of course, after you do shower and dry off, that's when you can also apply Claudia's Dream Cream, or you can apply the skin lotion for extra benefit to continue the process. Okay.
Richard.
Yes,
yeah,
Sharon.
Can I make a suggestion?
I was trying to use the Benefit, but my skin has a lot of raw spots, so it just stung too much.
You tried to use the what?
The Benefit?
Oh, the Benefit. You mean the disinfectant?
Yeah.
benefit on your skin?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you probably, we've never, I mean, it's safe to use on your skin. No one's ever thought of it before. I imagine you could dilute it. It's basically thyme is what it is.
Oh, I read somebody's review. That's what made me think of it.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I've never thought of it. We've never suggested it because we have plenty other things to use, and so yeah, you could try diluting it. Sherry, you were going to say something?
Yeah, if you try some clean them up enzymes and put it in a spray bottle and spray your body off with that helps a lot. I've had a lot of people report that works really well.
That's a good idea.
Put a little bit of peppermint oil in with it and some lavender oil in with it, and it will help soothe your skin. You can also, I know that we discussed the vinegar water with Himalayan salt. Maybe try diluting that down a little bit more, and maybe try some alkalized water to put inside that vinegar, and that will help too.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's really a matter of figuring out what works. We're on the right path. You're going to get there. It's just figuring out the little nuances of getting from the bath to getting fully dressed and looting the organism, killing them, destroying them, and getting rid of them. So
you don't think the systemic enzymes had anything to do with it, with the diet not working?
No, I don't think so. I mean, look at it this way. I discovered the diet back in the 90s, late 90s. I didn't have a store until 2014. I didn't have these wonderful, fantastic products to help make my life better. But the systemic enzymes are basically, now we have two systemic enzymes. I don't know which one you're referring to. One is called systemic enzymes, and the other one is called kinase enzymes. Are you talking about the systemic one or the kinase?
Yes, I'm talking about the systemic one because.
All right, the systemic ones, their main purpose is you take them between meals, and they clean out your organs and your bloodstream of miscellaneous junk. They get rid of junk is what they are. They're junk eaters.
But it does say on when you're ordering, Richard, not recommended for stage 1.
Right, because
right.
Right, and I'm not sure 100% if maltodextrin is a real problem in stage 1. I'm not sure. It's just a basic caution because it ends with dextrin, which is a type of a sugar.
I see.
I mean, what?
It was a problem for me.
It was a problem for you? Okay.
Big one.
Yeah. So so that's why I have it flagged and cautioned to only use it in stage 2, because I want to avoid complicating. Our supplements are there to support you and help you, not to cause a problem. So we're very, very careful as to what the ingredients are in the supplements.
Yeah, I figured I would eliminate that when I tried the bone broth again.
I would wait until stage 2 to do those enzymes. Now, do you have any bloating or distension of the abdomen area? How's your digestion? How's it going?
I don't have any bloating, but I do. I do notice some flatulence.
Oh well, okay. Who knows? That's not, by the way, a symptom of Morgellons or any of the skin parasites.
Okay,
but, yeah, I mean, it could be. It definitely is diet related. I would think. I'm not a flatulent expert, but I imagine it's diet related to some degree, and that things can change. I mean, color of stool and so forth and things like that. They can all shift when you're changing your eating habits. And okay, well, I want to thank you for being our guest today. Do you have any questions of me or Sherry or Robin or Sharon? You got all of our coaches here.
I know. I feel so blessed to be working with Sherry. That's my comment.
She's wonderful, fantastic, right? And all of my coaches are at the same level, but fantastic. Okay. Well, for everybody on the call, this is what a coaching session is like. So if you're stumbling along the way, this is why we have coaches, to help you figure out where you're stumbling and make suggestions, because when you get it right, you get it right and you get your life back.
Hello,
I'm really motivated to get my life back. And I mentioned last week that I have he was 3 weeks last week, and now he's 4 weeks. I have a grandson that was born on January 20th, and I have not seen him yet.
Yeah, caution is the best. You know, we have no idea whether or not he would be susceptible to these things or not. But caution is the best. And until you get rid of the itching and the biting and then you, my opinion is, once you're not itching and the biting, you're most likely not contagious to anybody. Robin, you have anything to share or add?
No, I think it was a really good, thorough expose call.
Thank you. Sharon. She's probably muted. Sherry, you have anything to add? Great.
Thank you, Lauren.
Yes.
This is Sharon. I'm sorry. Yes, I was muted as usual. I just wanted to say thank you so much. That was very informative, and I am so glad that you are getting your life back so quickly. Sherry, great job on coaching.
Fantastic. Kudos. Okay, that concludes this portion of the program.
2020. Oh, welcome everyone. This is Sunday, February 18th, 2024. This has been a great call, interviewing coaches and people they've been coaching who are getting great success. So we're about to enter the Q&A section of that meeting. And Chris will unmute you, and you can give updates on how you're doing or ask a question. And here we are.
Okay, who's first, Chris?
Come on, 7436.
7436. Welcome.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
All right, we're going to get you beyond hanging to mastering this thing. So what is your question? How can we help you with? What part of the world are you from?
My name is Tom. I live in New York City.
Okay, New York City. Oh, you're just a stone throw away from us. So how can I help you?
Yeah. Well, I've been having this problem for about 10 years. I just moved into my apartment. I feel like I got this when I went into a shelter around 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever within that shelter, I got it, because I started itching and felt like something was crawling. That's like the first symptoms I got. Now it just seems like every time I walk into this apartment or I go anywhere, it just follows me around. I wake up at night and it's a whole bunch of stuff on my bed. A lot of looks like dead skin sometimes. Sometimes it could be black stuff. And it just feels like my whole apartment has been contaminated, even though it's not a lot of stuff in here. It's been tearing my life apart.
So, have you read the book yet?
Yeah, I have. Yes, I read it recently. Yes.
Okay. And have you started the diet?
I just started 5 days ago, so it's my 5th day on it.
Okay, but it sounds like you haven't done much as far as disinfecting yet. It sounds like you haven't tackled that yet. Have you done that? Just started disinfecting your surroundings? your apartment?
I've tried. Yeah, I've tried spraying the ammonia on the ground, and I'm not gonna lie. Once I started doing that, it seemed like it whatever it is, it felt like it started attacking me a little bit more.
They get more aggressive now. Okay, so when you say the ground, you mean the floor of your apartment?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how often do you spray the ammonia?
I sprayed it about twice a day. I'll spray it
twice a day. Okay. Is there anywhere in the apartment where you feel more activity than any other place?
Absolutely. My bathroom. Every time I sit on the toilet, I start feeling itching on my legs, like it's itching every time.
All right, now what's important is 20 minutes before you go to the toilet. I mean, you got to think ahead. You got to think like these organisms. So you need to retrain your whole timing in your entire life. So 20 minutes, 15 minutes before you use that toilet, you need to spray around that toilet and leave. Spray it front, back, all the way around the floor, the side of the toilet, the lid, the whole area, inside, all around. Spray it and leave, and let the fumes do the work, and then come back and use the toilet. Now, on your counter where you have your sink, your bowl, there's a recess under for your foot. They're there too. They may be inside the cabinet. So you need to spray that whole area. They love moisture, the organisms. So before you shave or use the sink, you need to spray 20 minutes before. And then after you leave, you need to spray it again. So you spray 20 minutes, you go use the toilet. When you get up and leave and flush it, you spray it again, the whole area. You do this in the kitchen. You do it on your wherever you sit. If you have a couch or if you have a chair in your apartment that you generally sit in to watch TV, you spray it 20 minutes before you use it. And if you can even cover it, if you have a sheet or something that you can cover it, it will even make it more effective. Because remember, it's the fumes of the ammonia that do the destroying, that do the killing.
Does it matter what ammonia you use? Because I'm using the Dollar Tree brand.
That's fine. Dollar Food brand is fine. The only other type of ammonia there is the janitorial grade. It's like 11 times stronger and 10 times more dangerous. So it's better to stick with what you're using.
Okay.
Spray it full strength.
Okay, and I'm getting these like black hairs. Like I know it's not my hair at all. But
well, those are characteristic. They're filaments that are not normal. It's an indication, again, according to Dr. Saverly, that you're dealing with mites. Not mites, Morgellons. And I forgot to give this disclosure, although it will show up on the video in the first part of this program. The FDA requires me to inform you that before you start the diet or accept any of our recommendations that we give on this program. That means if I tell you to scratch your toes, then you're to check with your doctor before you scratch your toes to make sure it won't interfere with any health problems you're presently experiencing. The AMA requires me to tell you that I'm not a doctor, neither is Robin, Sherry, Sharon, Nick, or any of my coaches. We are not doctors, therefore we do not diagnose, treat, cure, mitigate, or prevent, or do anything to prevent disease. We educate you how to use the diet. We educate you how to clean your environment, which I'm doing now, educate you how to clean your skin, and which we did in the first part of the program when we were talking with, I forget how to pronounce her name, Mary Mian? I'm sorry. And we educate you how to build health and immune functioning with our targeted supplements. So back to you, the key is to disinfect effectively. The ammonia that you're using is fine. You just need to know when to spray and how to use it. So instead of doing it 2 times a day, you may be doing it 6 times a day if you're using the bathroom that much every day.
Okay.
Any other questions got to help you with? Welcome to the program. We're here to support you.
Yeah. Besides that, I just scared to work. You know, I have a job. I work. I don't want to infect anybody. I'm at work, so I'm trying to get rid of this. You know, and I have a son that comes here on the weekend, so he hasn't been here because of this stuff. It's a bottom line, it's Russian roulette. We don't know if he would be impacted or affected or not. It's better to be socially conscious and keep him away until you have it under control and your apartment and your body under control. Work is a real problem. Now, work is where people generally, instead of using ammonia, they use our clean 'em up zymes. The clean 'em up zymes, they're concentrated. I think 1 bottle might make a couple of gallons of solution. That's a lot of 8-ounce bottles. You can take that to work with you and spray in your area. Do you have like a desk, or is it a work area, or are you like in a warehouse? I work in a warehouse.
Well, that's a challenge. You have to find out if you're in that warehouse, if there are any hot spots, and then you're going to be needing to spray those hot spots. And have your spray bottle available that you can discreetly spray it without arousing a lot of suspicion. What the hell is he doing? You know?
Good. Yeah.
So the key to that would be, instead of spraying ammonia, which people are going to smell, you could use the enzymes. They're more expensive, but you get a lot of gallon out of them, and they're effective, and they have no odor, and you can everybody's accustomed to people spraying since we've been dealing with COVID. But okay. Any other questions? Well, thank you. Keep coming back.
No problem.
Okay. Who's next, Chris?
Nick.
Hi, Nick. How are we doing?
We're doing pretty good. I like what she talked about. I have the same thing I'm basically going through, but not nearly as bad as what she describes. I mean, hardly. I'm almost coming out of it and staying on the diet, stuff like that, and I lost 100 pounds in 3 months over that.
Congratulations. Wonderful.
So, things are better. I've been a life coach since 2020, and my life is nowhere nearly it was when people describe. I can remember in the 90s when I had it, when I was working. I was luckily nobody else got it at my job at the time. I remember being in my turnout gear because I was on the fire department there as well, and it was just, I don't know how I did it in my 20s. I didn't even, at one point, I didn't sleep for 6 months. At one
I know.
It was just all over the place.
It can be miserable. I know. We all, gosh. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Nick. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Who's next, Chris?
Matthew, 4187.
Hi, Matthew. I think I just did a questionnaire for you, didn't I? Sent you recommendations?
Wait, I'm Sharon 4187.
Oh, Sharon 4187. Okay.
Okay. How are you doing? My question and dilemma, I'm not too sure what's going on, but I think I'm dealing with a lymphatic problem as well. With the face and the eyes, the neck area, the top of the neck and stuff. And, I'm
no.
going to die.
Okay. You said you think you're dealing with what?
Lymphatic.
Your lymphatics are clogged?
Yes. I think. I'm almost certain. I am repeatedly experiencing where the eyes are like a flaming red, hurting.
What's the symptoms that you're having with the skin parasites? Tell us what's going on there.
Well, I was doing well for quite some time, like maybe a month or so, and it seems like they're starting to all come back. With a couple of weeks ago when when I broke out all around the eyes and stuff like that, I also broke out on the chest, and I noticed, the dryness and the stickiness and the burning, and it was like, okay, what's going on here? And I'm just getting really concerned because, like, I can't even really put anything on, well, not anything. I have to experiment on my face and stuff. I'm totally sore. The parasites, like right now, as I'm speaking to you, on the skin, I feel them. Well, I feel like that dryness, stickiness, all over my chest, my face. My eyes are drooping. My skin.
Okay. Let's go back. Well, where are you with the diet?
Well, I'm jumping back to stage 2.
I think you need to go to stage 1.
Okay.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go directly to stage 1.
Okay. And that's not a problem because I can't. You can't deal with this. Last night when I did finally go to bed, you know how parasites get more active at night. Well, for like the first several hours, it was madness. It was just simply madness, and all over the face and.
Right now, that brings up a whole bunch of stuff. It brings up the whole chapter 3 about disinfecting your bedding, your clothing, your environment, and we talked about that in length already in the call. Yeah. So you've got a lot of work there to do. I'm not going to repeat what we already talked about. Now, how about are you using any of our lotions or creams on this where you feel impacted or affected or burning and redness and all this stuff? Are you using our skin lotion, for instance?
No, I'm not. And I wrote down the 2 of them, Body is Dream Cream and the Rose Debriding Lotion.
Well, skin lotion. Go. You know where our store is? Go in our store, and at the top right, there's a search bar. You put in skin lotion. A whole bunch of skin lotions will pop up. The least expensive is fine. We came out with one with fenbenzolol in it. Many people, we've gotten a lot of rave reviews, but I'd start with a basic skin lotion. And if you need something more, then go to the one with Fenben. That may give you a benefit. I don't know. It depends on what is causing the issue.
Okay.
So the skin lotion be where to start. Now you can get it with peppermint and what else is in the skin lotion? I forget. But you can get it plain, or you can get it with peppermint and I think cinnamon. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Now
that's definitely what I would use. What?
Okay. You see, now my bedding, I have it all plastic covered, and I change my sheets every night, pillowcase every night.
Well, the question is, are you effectively disinfecting them and storing them so they're not going to be reinfected, or?
I keep them in bins with all crystals after I wash them. When I wash them, I'm using like ammonia, borax.
All right, so you're pretty sure you're doing a good job with disinfecting the laundry.
Well, I was listening to you guys, and I heard the lady talk about how she puts apple cider vinegar in the laundry also. I wasn't doing that. I was going to start doing that.
Well, I don't know if that's so important. I don't remember anybody talking about that. Did I miss something? Somebody used apple cider vinegar?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. She had apple cider vinegar in the bathing.
Right, the bathtub, sure, yeah. That's the other thing, too. Are you bathing effectively? Are you using the nature's gift in the bath water?
Yes, I am.
Okay, wonderful.
It almost seems to have stopped working.
Well, I think you're back to stage 1. I don't know what caused the upsurgence. It could be that you were on stage 3 and you made the same mistake I've made several times, and you ate too much of the same thing that tasted good, but you thought you were cured, and you're not. No, none of us are ever cured. I know if I eat watermelon straight for 7 days, I'm going to pay for it big time. I know if I eat strawberries straight for 4 or 5 days, I've got a big problem. But I can have watermelon or strawberries anytime I want, just not for extended period of time. So,
so maybe I just got a little too kind of
too brazen. Too brazen. You thought you were cured. Maybe I don't. That's what happens to me.
I knew I wasn't cured, but I thought I was further along the way. That's
right.
Sure.
It's what happens. We learn. The first time I got reinfected or whatever, I got so damn depressed about it. I was ready to jump out the window, and then I thought, well, if nothing more, maybe I can learn, and so it's a choice we have: learn, and that's what we want to do.
Yeah. I think I'm there. I have a feeling I have been reinfected. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can get reinfected from the environment. 2 weeks ago, I went to a customer's house. I'm in the contracting business as well. And 8 hours later, I noticed my ankles itching. And son of a gun, I applied my lotion to it and calmed it down. And well, it's nothing, it's just an itchy ankle. And then the next day, it was more itching. So I went to war. I did my I soaked my sock in mouthwash and slept in it, and that calmed it down. 2 days later, I was fine. No, nothing. So I stopped using the cream on my ankles and the mouthwash or the body wash on my ankles. And 2 days later, I started the itching again. It's because those suckers laid eggs. And 4 days later, they matriculated and hatched and were itching me. And I thought that I just handled them one time, that would be it. So you get reinfected, you got to be ready for the cycle. For me, it's 4 days.
Yeah. Okay.
So what could have been a life-altering event was just a little blip in my life. But, if you don't know what to do, it can be a life-altering event. So nip it in the bud. Go back to stage 1 and use these creams and lotions that I've recommended, and you'll be back here 2 weeks from now telling me how you're on top of the world again.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Who's next?
Matthew.
Matthew. Yes.
Hello.
Just texted me. I don't know who it is. They wanted to know the name of the Trader Joe's coffee that didn't have oils, and I didn't catch the name of that.
Sherry, you have that? The Trader Joe's coffee that has no oils? Sherry?
Yeah, it's the Joe brand, and it's in either a brown or a green label, and it's organic.
Okay, thank you. Joe brand. Okay, Matthew, how you doing?
All right, I guess. I've just been fighting Morgellons for about 5 years with not having much of any success. Been on taking antibiotics the whole time. And so I just found your guys' site or whatever just a few days ago, and ordered some stuff off. I ordered some soap. I haven't got it yet, but I just started the diet, and it seems like it is working already. Just like I always ate a lot of sugar, so I think that's my big problem. And so I cut all the sugar out, and it's only been like pretty much not even 2 days, and it's already I can tell like my lesions are getting a lot better.
Well, wonderful to hear. So when you really, I mean, it's a lot more than just getting rid of sugar. We're talking about fruits and the types of oils that you have. When you put it all in.
How long do I know when to end like stage 1?
When you are totally, say 95% free of itching, totally free of itching, maybe a little crawling feelings. When you have crawling, a little crawling feeling.
I don't get a lot of itching. Is the thing. Like I have it all over my whole body, but as far as itching goes, I don't really itch.
Okay. Do you have any biting sensations?
No, not really biting sensations. No. I mean, I got all the cotton coming out of me. I got all the weird colored hairs, lesions. All that stuff.
Well, the weird thing about Morgellons is that there are no two people in the entire world that have exactly the same symptoms. Just doesn't work that way. So I'd say 99% of us have intense itching to the point where we feel like we're sleeping on shards of glass, biting sensations, but not everybody.
Sorry to interrupt you. When I first started getting it, when it first just started out with like little specks on my legs, when it first started, I did itch, but then as it advanced, I didn't itch anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, the bottom, I emailed you, I believe it was you, right? So I know I did Matthew this morning, your recommendations.
I haven't checked my email today, but you probably
check your email. You got a full set of recommendations from A to Z. It is a lot to do. You've got the book. It's a lot to do. It's a lot to study. Robin, now, how many times did you read the book before you started getting your life back, or before you got your life back?
At least 4.
At least 4 times.
4, right? Yeah. I've read almost half of it so far in the day and a half. So.
Yeah. So.
I'll finish it and keep reading it.
When you get through it, then read it again, because the second time you read it, you're going to see stuff you didn't see the first time.
Right. So another question I have that I'm not sure if I understand right. So if I don't think that I have maybe the bugs part. I don't know, or maybe I do. So does the sterilizing does that need to happen across the board on Morgellons?
Yeah. Disinfecting is a definite yes for everybody. Did you write you had worms or nematodes that you see? Is that you, or is that somebody else?
Yeah, I get. Well, it's not like these I get like these hairs that are like. Some of them can be like 3 inches long, or maybe even longer, and they like wiggle like they have life.
Okay. Yeah, that's according to Dr. Saverly, that's Morgellons, filaments and fibers that grow from your skin that are abnormal. But please don't tell anybody they move, because they'll call you crazy.
Oh yeah, I've already had all the doctors. That's one of them. Do that. So.
Oh boy, there's some guy on the internet says you're crazy if you think the filaments and fibers move. That means there are a lot of people that write me that are totally crazy, and I don't believe that. They move. For some people, not everybody, but they do move.
Oh yeah.
All right.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, I go in a room like with no, and they're super elastic. Like they can stretch super far. Like they're elastic. It's really weird.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. Keep coming back. We're here to support you in getting your life back.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Who's next, Chris?
Shannon.
Hello.
Hi. Hey, I have to tell you, this is such a great, conference, whatever, but I bathed in my nature sticks. I didn't have much time, and I listened, and I'm like, this is great. It's so good. I got so much accomplished. I learned so much because with my hair, and what the first gal was speaking about, the reinfesting and all that, and the hair, and I'm in the tub, and I'm like, I do that. I put my head back there, and I can't get rid of it. And I think a lot of it is that and the disinfecting. I'm like, wow. This is great today for me. I'm just like, I needed this. I'm so glad I called. Anyway, I just kind of know what I'm doing. It was just reiterated it to me. And heck, I clean house to YouTube and you guys, so I love it.
Okay,
anyway.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. We're glad to be here and we're so honored to be a part of your life. Thank you. Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Anyone else, Chris?
Wendy 4819. You need to unmute yourself. Wendy.
I just did. Did it work?
Hi, Wendy. Hi.
Hi, Richard. Thank you so much. You were so helpful when I was confused about the lufenuron not too long ago. I've been taking that now for 8 days, and I'm noticing things coming off me in droves. So I'm wondering if that's a sign that it's really working, and is that a good thing that I'm seeing more?
You mentioned lufenuron. Is that what you're talking about? Lufenuron?
Yes. I had spoken with you by phone. You were very helpful when I was tracking the package. So I've been taking that for 8 days, and I'm just noticing more coming off of me. When I get out of the shower, I have just gobs and gobs of stuff, like just more and more and more.
Well, when you're using our bar soap in the shower, right?
I'm using your debriding soap.
Okay,
Bar. It's a liquid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We have liquid bath soap. Well, the stuff coming off is because of the soap. The lufenuron.
I started the soap about a month ago, and this is just recent that it's excessively coming off, and it seems that
it seems to be coordinated with the lufenuron. Then is that what you're saying?
It does. Yes, definitely. So I was just wondering, in your experience, if that indicates it stands to reason that it's indicating that it's just forcing the stuff out. But I'm wondering what your experience.
What you're doing is you are basically helping me with this puzzle, and you see lufenuron is used to prevent fungal organisms from maturing or from replicating. So now, Morgellons is not fungal. It is not viral. It is not bacterial. To our knowledge, it is none of these things. In fact, nobody actually knows what Morgellons is. A lot of people get pigeonholed into thinking that it is bacterial, specifically Lyme disease, spirochetal, but it's not. The fact that maybe a high percentage of the people who have filaments and fibers also are affected with spirochetes, Lyme disease, does not mean it is Lyme disease. No more than the fact that a high percentage of people with Morgellons also has fungal issues, whether it be Candida albicans or it could be anything. All right.
Well,
now,
I was diagnosed with Candida overgrowth. I'm fighting a severe fungal infection.
I have said this 1,000 times, and that is Morgellons is not a big problem. Morgellons is really a pussycat. The antidote to Morgellons is boron. It's said to be boron and alkalizing your body, both of which are a part of my protocol. But when Morgellons comes into the picture, you may have had Candida albicans for 20 years. No big problem. With Morgellons, boom, becomes a problem. Now, you were using the soap, and you added lufenuron. Lufenuron goes after the fungal aspect. And suddenly, Morgellons starts shedding. So it's all connected. And
yes.
It's all part of the protocol. I recommend that everybody start with Fenben, because intestinal parasites have a way of working into the rest of your body. And you see time and time again, people talking about cleanses. Well, that's bullshit. Wormwood, black walnut hull, cleanse the intestinal tract. Big deal. They're in your joints. They're in your skin. They're all over your body. If you've had leaky gut problem, so is Candida albicans. So if you have an overgrowth, have you ever had distension of your abdomen or bad digestive issues?
Oh, absolutely. And I did take Fenben. My doctor prescribed Fenben for me.
Wonderful.
So I did take that for 7 days, and then I ordered the lufenuron. He could not obviously get that for me, so that's when I ordered that through Dr. Luna.
Yes, and I would. What strength Fenben did he give you?
Oh gosh, I don't recall. I have to look at the bottle and email you later. But
the bottom line is that Dr. Luna does not recommend Fenben in a deworming dosage. A deworming dosage for, and you weigh over 100 pounds, right?
About 115.
About 115 pounds. So 222 milligrams is for a 10-pound animal. 222 times 12 is what would be a deworming dose for you, according to Dr. Luna.
A 7-day liquid. That
that would be a pretty big dosage. So I don't know if that was sufficient, but Dr. Luna doesn't recommend Fenben in a deworming dosage no more than people go for ivermectin. Ivermectin as a dewormer for humans is strongyloides, fine. It's good with scabies, fine. But I've never heard anybody get, only 2 people out of 20 years have reported that ivermectin has helped them with Morgellons. Only 2 people. Fenben, on the other hand, is done 222 milligrams a day for like maybe 6 months. And the difference is that instead of killing them, Fenben starves them. It makes them incapable of taking up fluids or taking up food. That's the difference. It starves them out.
Okay.
Takes
so
long,
I can email you separately to not to take up too much time, but about how much perhaps I should combine the Fenben with a lufenuron. Is that what you're saying? I should probably.
Do you get my emails?
I do.
Last Saturday was an email about how to use all the medications with information supplied. Every Saturday, an email goes out about ivermectin or Fenben or nitimpiram or how to use them all together. Every Saturday, an email goes out. Okay.
All right. I apologize. I get like 1,000 emails and I have to go through them like we all.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy, isn't it?
I'll look. But I just want to say, and I unfortunately I don't want to take up too much more of your time, and I do have to go. But I want to just thank everyone so much. I am so grateful. I thought I was losing my mind. And I live in New York as well. I've been to 4 dermatologists, infectious disease doctor at NYU Langone. I've been to my regular doctor, an emergency room at NYU Langone. Everyone said I was crazy, had delusional parasitosis, and I have literally wanted to jump off of a building. And I would never do that, but you have literally saved my life, and I am so grateful. So thank you, and thank all of you.
I'm so honored. I'm so honored to be of service to you and everybody out there that takes to heart what we say in our direction and gets their lives back. Robin and I are honored to participate in your lives. It hasn't been my calling in life, but it seems to be my calling. I never would have gone to school for this, believe me that.
Oh my gosh. And thank goodness I have a few people who don't think I'm crazy. But, my brother committed suicide, and I mental illness ran in my family, and I think people think that maybe, oh, Wendy finally caught up with her. I can't talk to anyone about this. It's so isolating. So
I know.
Thank you. And again, I don't want to take up any more time if there's other callers. But I'll email you about particulars about Sunbeam and read the email. So thank you.
Wendy. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Okay.
Thank you.
Who's next? Thank you. Who's next, Chris?
Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Hello.
Hi. It's been a while. How are you doing?
Not too bad. I had emailed you about a chitinase product that I ordered, and I did find it does have something else in it, but it is helping me, and it led me to a different question. It's got EDTA, which is disodium. It binds with heavy metals. And
it's an alternative to using to boosting glutathione is what that is. It's an injection technique that's used over a course of a couple of months that basically detoxifies your body. EDTA, it's a chemical, and that's how doctors use it.
Okay. So, I mean, is it something that you can use along with the patch?
Well, I think probably EDTA from a doctor is going to be, I don't know, several $1,000s for the treatment. You can buy a hell of a lot of patches for that, and not need the EDTA. In my opinion, is it's a duplicity. You know, the glutathione will not only do what EDTA does, but it will protect your DNA from free radical damage. That's and Morgellons is said to be an organism, whatever it is, that is capable of mutating your DNA. So we need to protect it. So it also is anti-inflammatory. So I don't know if EDTA is classified as an anti-inflammatory. Maybe it is, but it would be redundant.
I thought it meant that you had some type of, like, when I researched it, heavy metal type poisoning, and it helps pull that out of your blood. Is that?
We all do.
Like,
we all do. All right, Dr. Amin, many years ago, and I'm not sure if he's still doing it or whatever, or recommending it, Dr. Amin said Morgellons is all about amalgam fillings. If you have your fillings removed, get rid of the mercury. That was his approach to dealing with Morgellons. $10,000 later, after you're getting all your fillings out and replacing them, are you free of Morgellons? No. But what is glutathione? Glutathione removes mercury. It removes nickel. It removes cadmium. It removes chemicals. It removes all toxicity from the cell, inside the cell.
Yeah, I knew it repaired, the cell. I didn't realize it took the mercury out, which is comforting because I do have those mercury whatever in my mouth from when I was.
Yeah, so the choice is, the option is A, spend $10,000 to get your mouth repaired and get rid of the amalgam fillings, or spend $85 for a bottle of glutathione once a month and never have to do that. And get more benefit, because taking out your fillings and spending $10,000 is not going to protect you next month or the following month from anything else. It's not going to, the other thing about glutathione is that it helps, your liver works better, your whole body works better. Every cell in your body's got glutathione, not EDTA.
Okay, and I've noticed I don't have to have as much of the chitinase. I do like a half a pill a day, and I noticed that my nails are growing in healthier. I've got about half and half, where they did look more yellowed, and I probably did have that fungal. But this is all good. Like, I'm going in the right direction, I think, and as long as I stay on the right track, I won't have these fungal issues again if I, treat my stomach and, try to build the your stomach biome.
The good biome, yeah, that's where our gut restore product comes in play that helps build the gut biome. How is your digestion? Have you had distension of the abdomen, indigestion? Has that been an issue for you?
Yeah, in the beginning, before this all started, I was having all kinds of digestive issues and stomach bloating and all of that, and it was really rough at first. But now that's almost completely gone.
Oh, it's wonderful. Great. So wonderful. Thanks for sharing and being part of the program. It's an honor for us to be supportive of you.
Thank you. One other question about a new product you put in was the bentonite clay.
Yes.
How do you help with the health of your teeth and gums? It says that it helps.
Bentonite, I'm not an expert on bentonite clay. The best thing would be to go to AI and research it, but bottom line is it can be in the toothpaste, and it's said to be beneficial for your teeth and gums as well.
Okay, so like teeth lick.
What?
So I've had a lot of gum issues, so
Have you used our mouthwash?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, every day I'm using that along with baking.
How long do you keep it in your mouth?
Well, I try to keep it in 15 to 20 minutes.
That's a challenge. Yeah. So, yeah. So it helps. What else for the teeth and gums can we do?
Soda, brushing my teeth with that and using the mouthwash combined, that helps.
Yeah, you could get the bentonite clay and add it to our toothpaste. You could stir it in. Our toothpaste can kind of dry out, so you feel always free to add in water to make it the consistency that you like, and you could add in some bentonite clay and stir it up. In fact, we might even come out with a bentonite clay alternative with the toothpaste.
I had so much around my mouth, my jaw area. This is just slowly improving. It takes time. So
great.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Who's next, Chris?
We are done, Richard.
Okay. Great. Robin, you have anything you'd like to add or share? Robin?
I actually do. I just wanted to say, by listening to the questions and listening to the heartfelt, sincere love for what you do at providing all of us with the tools in our toolbox to get our life back. I just wanted to tell all those people that have these heartfelt needs, and I'm sure it's everyone that's on this call that has gone through so much, so many doctors, so many people turning them away. It is this call, Richard, everything that he's done will help us to get our lives back. First and foremost, as always, I want to thank you, Richard, from the bottom of my heart, because I have been suicidal. I have had my stomach pumped, and you have given me my life back, and you've also given me a reason to live. This disease is very hard on not only the mind, the body, the soul, everything. But with you and the coaches that you've allowed us to be, we're here to help. We're here to show you the ways to get your life back. And hopefully you'll be where I am, happy, motivated, and gung-ho to keep doing everything that Richard tells me to do. And that's all I had for today.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Your check is in the mail. Love you. I mean, if you saw an email that went out a week or so ago of Sharon's before and after picture, gosh, she's returned to her natural beauty. Robin, you have anything you'd like to add before we close?
I just wanted to say I don't know about teeth and gums for bentonite clay, but I do know that it's great on your skin. It's like a mask that you
right.
Dries and then you wash it off. So you could literally do a whole body mask and then rinse it off in the shower and scrub, and it's amazing. It's great.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that, because you can put it on your face if you got lesions on your back or whatever. You can put a whole mask on it, and yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that I went in and I checked those hot dogs out because I got excited about them. And the second ingredient is vinegar, and then the last ingredient is cherry powder. So I don't know if that would affect.
Well, it's not just that it's organic. There's two different versions of that hot dog, and one of them doesn't have that.
Okay.
Yeah, vinegar would be a problem. I don't know about that cherry thing, whatever that is. I'd be suspicious, but yeah. Okay, so another version. Right. Okay.
Thank you.
Sherry, would you like to add anything?
Yeah.
Well,
I have a finalization on that. Using the bentonite as a toothpaste. If you use that, be ready for a battle, because that draws everything out of your gums and it will leave holes in it when you wake up the next day. So make sure you use some of Richard's mouthwash to swish it out afterwards. That might help.
Are you saying if you use, how did you use the bentonite clay that left holes? I'm not following.
I have a bentonite clay recipe that you add water to it and you keep on adding it all day long, and then it comes up to a whipped moisture, and sometimes you can put it on your face and you can put it on your scalp. You can also you can use it to brush your teeth with it. But if you do, be ready for a battle, because it does debride your gums, but at a very fast speed, probably faster than you want it to.
Oh, so what is this? You just take the bentonite clay and add water to it. That's like a paste, and then brush your teeth with it.
Yeah, but you add water to it you get it so it's really liquidy, and then you go back like about an hour later and you stir it up, and it should be like a lustery color.
Mm-hmm.
And with that lustery color, you could add that to your face as a face mask. You can also use it to brush your teeth with a little bit of mint flavoring in there. But
will you send me an email with all that information? I'd like to publish it. That's very good information. I appreciate it. See, our coaches bring a lot to our program. They bring a lot of experience. They bring other things that work and through and they put it all together, you know. And we're here all to support you in getting your lives back. It makes sense to have a coach. Okay, thank you so much. Concludes this portion of the program. Welcome back, everybody. This is Richard Kuhns, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons, chronic Lyme, and other skin parasites, welcoming you to the last portion of our program today, and that is managing stress. Stress can be a killer. It can put you over the top like you can't believe. I mean, I would wager a bet, if I had this much, $1 million bet that there is not one person out there who is dealing with Morgellons and these skin parasites who has not experienced depression. We know many of us get depressed to the point of ending our own lives, but that's pretty serious. There's certainly, most of us get depressed. And, you know, you can wallow in it, which is easy to do. It's an energy level. It's got vibrations associated with it. It's not always easy to get out, but once you're in it, you need to realize that it's just an energy field. It's vibrations. And it's important to look to something. Now, look at depression as a caricature. You know, we've all seen Disney caricatures. Depression would be, oh gosh, remember, seems like a century ago when we had the cartoons with the good guy on one side or on top of your head on the devil on the other side, and you know, fighting with each other. Go ahead and do it. You don't do it. Be good. Go ahead and do it. Don't do it. Be good. You know. So you can imagine depression as a caricature. I got you, and I'm not letting you go. Well, you don't have to be gotten. You can let go. And how you do that? You switch vibrations. It's not going to, Mr. Depression is not going to switch the vibration. By the way, there's a fantastic CD available on YouTube for you for free, Overcome Depression, created by myself. But in the meantime, there are little techniques that you can use to switch your vibrations. So I would think that it would behoove each of us, your homework is to make a list of all the things that you can do that we share with you that you can use to shift your vibrations. You might put them on the back of a little business card, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure we've come up with at least 10 things to do to shift vibrations. One of them is humor. And Robin is up for it. She's going to provide us some humor today. Little jokes that can help shift vibrations. So go for it, Robin. What can we do to shift our vibrations with humor?
I feel like humor is like tapping. It changes your perspective. It releases anxiety. So these are a few simple jokes. What do you call an alligator detective?
An alligator detective. All right, you got us.
An investigator.
An investigator. Okay.
What's the difference between the bird flu and the swine flu?
The bird flu and the swine flu. All right.
One requires treatment and the other requires an ointment.
That is cool. I like that one.
I got two more. If athletes get athlete's foot, what do elves?
I'm sorry. Okay, run that again.
If athletes get athlete's foot, what do elves get?
If athletes get athlete's feet, what do elves get? All right. Okay.
Mistletoes. All right, this one's just pure silliness. There are two muffins baking in the oven. One muffin says to the other, "Phew, it's getting hot in here, or is it just me?" The other muffin says, "Ah, a talking muffin!"
What the second elephant muffin say?
Help! It's a talking muffin.
It's a talking muffin. Okay. Well, where do you get jokes like this?
I do searches. I do searches for silly jokes.
Yes, you can do searches for silly jokes. You can go on YouTube and look up silly jokes and use that. You can go on YouTube, by the way, and you can even search for healthy vibrations. And just play them in the background. Just let them play while you talk, while you work on the computer, while you Facebook, while you disinfect, while you do everything else. Let the vibrations play, and you'll probably find maybe 6 or 7 different recordings for healthy vibrations. So just go from one to the next to the next. Keep playing. Nobody is going to shift your vibrations. It's your job to shift your vibrations. You know, you can be down in the dumps, and if a friend calls, totally changed in 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to depend on having to have a friend call. You can shift the vibration yourself. So go for it. All right. That concludes this portion of the program. Love you all. Keep coming back. Next is the unrecorded portion of the program. We'll give out the information to reach the buddy coach and our phone numbers of all our coaches. Love you all. Keep coming back.